Hi folks, now this is going to be a quick one. This is just going to be about the creatures at number 2. When I did a post, it was on the 23rd, and I said, oh, there's creatures walk past, okay, creature beasts, the ones that talk to me. Okay, a few days before that, I want to get my family to confirm that, they've always sent beasts in to distract me, to target me, okay, as I'm filming. Is that correct, family? If you've listened to my post when I've been in lie and I've been out my bedroom, I've been out my bedroom window or at the kitchen window especially, they've made noise. So this one, I'm just going to confirm it. Okay. So on this one, I moved to Starbreeze. I've told you about the piss head at number 2. It said its name's Kate. We put walked past with the dog. The fucking irony there is unbelievable to distract me. So it walked past as I was filming, walked past. Okay, if I'm in the kitchen, it sort of comes out, it's sort of like, it's sort of did a little skit with the child molester at number 1. You know, the one, that insectoid, the one that's been around for fucking ever, part of this. That's Shag Sylvia. You know that one? And it does a little skit. Okay. And even once as I've come out my door, it's what did it do? So, and he wouldn't have known unless it was watching me. It's got to have known that I was actually opening my door, because she couldn't have see where this flat was. I was opening my door and I thought, oh, she's come out. Oh, hiya, mine. I moved in. It was nice, isn't it? Yeah, my name's Kay. I live at number 2. And that was a little skit. And they always get, like I say, number 2, so a pisshead. Okay, they always get. What I've noticed, like I said, 75% of the people involved in the targeting are sex offenders or sexual deviants. Just, they are. Okay? Let's probably confirm that. Okay, there's a large number, what I've noticed after 8 years, all the women seem to be alike, all the men seem men, and I'm using the two women and men loosely, seem to be alike in their characters, the type of personalities they have. The women seem to be, for want of a better word, and I will go into more detail at another time, to be drunken old slags, basically. There's a certain criteria, but especially at a certain age group, so drunken old slags. Stuck at a maturity age of a 9-year-old. They've got the sort of like emotional maturity of a 9-year-old child. Sex and booze seems to be the main criteria. Like I said, there's quite a few pissheads, loads of pissheads, and when I say up until I was targeted, I never used it, I never called anybody a cunt before. The way I wouldn't even think in my my psychology it wasn't even a thought process to call somebody, or to call somebody a pisshead or a cunt or a drag. It wasn't even in my makeup. Now, having to be targeted for this many years, they are dregs of society. My family have stated, no matter where you would put these people, you'll get a clink of people who are the same. No matter where, what country, what culture you will put these people in, they will be the dregs of that society. They'll be the dregs of that society and that culture. Okay, and the new ones that started, I'll give you a clue. The new ones will first they'll be shocked, horrified at the programme. It's on the way. You can tell, okay. And then they'll be all really part of it, and they'll be cocky, and you can tell they've had the facials. You can tell they've had the beginnings of the facials and the hair's done, and okay. And they'll be all cocky, and they think, yeah, they're part of the system, and they're doing this to to make a society, to control society. They know they're not making society or the world a better place. Okay, because they know they're protecting sex offenders, protecting rapists, they're protecting violent criminals, they're protecting the dregs of society. This is not to make Earth or to make the UK or to make the US a better place. It's to drag it down. It's to target people who have the light, who are humans, who show that they have the light, who have moral conscience. Okay, so they know, so they'll pick people, okay, be part of the system, do this. So at the beginning, yes, they'll have the heads, or they'll be part of the system, and they'll be like, oh, I want to be wonderful, yeah, look at, yeah, and the actors and the comedians and you know, the Brawl family and everybody, but we're part of this. Okay, and as time goes on, and then there will be a split. There'll be people that want to have an entity attachment. Okay, like I say, I've named 2 people. Okay, this is new. Okay, the 3 people, one upstairs, the guy upstairs, the black guy upstairs, because he was challenged, I would say, and he's challenged. It was challenged. His fault is easy. It was very easy for them to manipulate him, to say, listen, we're police officers, we're council workers, blah, 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 this is what's happening. Very easy to manipulate. His own moral compass and his fear and his fear of people that are maybe he perceives to be high socially intelligent than him and in higher social class than him will make him easy targets. Okay, so he's gone. When I say he's gone, it's literally they've put an entity would have grabbed onto his fear and would have grabbed onto his energy, and it would have been easy to manipulate and to take over and to control. The more he does, the more they're able to control him. And when I say entities, they literally do place entities onto their fucking creature beast. They do it on purpose. I'm going to repeat again. When you sign up to this, your handler, your husband, your wife, your boss, whatever you want to call it, will intentionally put entities, demonic entities, demons, whatever, onto your energy field. Once you agree, you're fucked. This is deliberate. Okay? The more you do, and so, okay. And like I said at the beginning, they'll do it so in such a way that you will actually feel excited. They will get a buzz out of fucking with people. They will literally get a buzz. So they will feel excited. They won't feel, instead of feeling any remorse, any shame, any guilt, they will get a buzz. Go, you do this for us. You just walk past, you do this. So not only how they're getting paid physically, so they are getting paid for it. They're having the nails done in the face, or the part of something. So these people that maybe have never felt part of anything, felt that this, or people, or narcissists, covert narcissists, or psychopaths or sociopaths who felt that they should have more in life. Their thinking doesn't bode with society's thinking, and now all of a sudden they're part of a system that says, yeah, your thinking is right, your thinking is normal. Yes, of course you can rape children. Carry on raping children, you dirty little bastard. We're the police, we'll protect you. We're doctors. If you rape that child there, the doctors. God, this is why I want to say, I want to name the doctors. This is what I say, I name everybody involved, because they know that the core of this is sexual deviance. The reason why it's sexual deviance, because they've got no heart centre. The entities that take over the body, the most physical act that they can do is a sexual act, or it's a violent act. If they could do the violence and sexual act together, woohoo! So that's why I keep saying rape and sexual deviance is the core of this. Okay, so when the people start at the very beginning, and you'll notice, so they'll be buzzing, we're like, oh, and then the realisation of what they've done and what's on them and what's on them for eternity. They don't give a shit. If you're signed up for this, the people that sign don't give a shit about any moral compass of society. They don't give a shit about, they have no moral compass. They have no empathy for others. They're just thinking, okay, yeah, So they'll be picked because they have no moral compass, or they'll be picked due to fear. So the bosses will say, you fucking do this or you get the sack. If you don't do this, this will happen. If you don't do this, so 2 ways this could happen, okay? You will find, looking back through the systems for the doctor's practices I know, and looking back, most people have left. Once the realisation of what's happening and what they've got themselves into, sorry it's me, has been made clear, most people will leave. I don't know, it's happening quite quickly. Like I say, like guy upstairs, it happened within weeks. Hayley Bennett, Derby Council, with a spider insecticide. She's still got that insecticide, by the way. She'll never get rid of that. I keep saying that. I'm not picking on her because I'm going to name somebody else in a minute. And she'll have that insecticide, and she'll have more actually empty attachments as she goes on through life and as she goes on through death. They will feed off her, okay? So I'm not making it up. When I say I see an insecticide on her, that's the last time I saw her, this little craft. They were like in tenoids coming out of her head, about 5 or 6 inches long. It was horrible. I was coughing away and spluttering away, and I was just cutting my arse to fucking. But this is what I mean. It'll grow, okay? And once people realise that, some will leave. Most of the people involved, and they'll do it for their own fear. They'll do it for their own protection. They'll do it for literally. Oh fucking hell! What I've got myself and my family into. Okay. There's a receptionist. The doctors do it. Doctors. First, she was involved. Okay, long dark hair, white, 50-ish, in the 50s. Now, and you can tell as well, once they think they're part of the system and they think that you're dirt, they think you're shit, they're going to change their attitude towards you. But their attitude will also again change because they'll be scared. But right now, her attitude, when I saw it, was one of like hatred and sort of like a dismissal. Okay. What's new for a doctor's receptionist, you say? Haha. Anyway, and I've noticed last time I've seen it, and she's got an entity, a demon. Literally, she has got a demon attached to her. An actual demon attached to her. A being attached to her. And when I was at the receptionist, it moved. Like I told you, the demons move away from me, and that's another reason why she was getting sort of. Little bitch was getting leery because of the demon that was attached to her, and it moved away as I came up to the receptionist thing window, and I saw it actually, and it's attached to her energy field. It will never ever go away. She'll have that demon attached to her forever. Okay, so demon attachment. Very short period of time I've been here, and she will never get rid of that attachment. And I think because other doctors, like I said, other doctors have got attachments there. Okay, the bigger, quite a few doctors. That little midget doctor, I can't think of my name doctor. For fuck's sake, I'm gonna go on camera and say all this, folks. Okay, and like I said, once the bigger the group that you're part of, so if you work in a department or you work in a doctor's surgery, perfect example, if other people that even before the targeting program started have entity attachments, be part of this program and they're willing to be part of this program, the delight to be part of this program, you can see that, and you can see that they're trying to hide their delight, their joy. And that's the demon. They need to be joyful. They need to have a buzz that gives them that buzz to be part of something that's so fucking disgusting, so inhumane. So they give them that buzz. The entity gives them that buzz. The handlers let them feel that buzz. The handlers won't let them experience any fear. It's not until it goes on, and they're actually thinking, oh shit, and they feel the entity on them. And they feel different. That's when I keep saying to people, that's when it will change. It won't change because people want it to change. It won't change because evolved and so all of us have developed a moral compass. No, it'll change because of the fear. Of the fear of the people involved. Like I said previously, the people who really, really run this earth, that are really, really run earth. Yeah, it's not the Rothschilds. We've been lied about all that. It's not the Rothschilds. They're trying to change who they are now. As I'm speaking, before speaking, hours before, days before, weeks before. Do you know what I mean when I say as I'm speaking? Now, this moment in history, in time. They're trying to change who they are. They're trying to change, trying to develop a heart centre, even though they haven't got a heart. They are trying to develop a heart centre because they know they are being tortured. The people that have died, that gone before them, that they know they are being tortured. There isn't a nothing when they die. You are being tortured, and they will be tortured. Our energy never dies, and you will remember. You are like, as we are now on Earth. Our energy, our soul, that's how we are in heaven, but maybe in a different form, or not in heaven, or a different dimension, I should say. You will remember, okay? And one of the things that I was told from the very beginning, when they're going to be tortured, they'll be made to feel like they still have a body, okay? So that's how it's going to be. It won't be sort of like, no, you won't feel no physical pain. They are made to feel like they still have a body, so the entities that attach themselves onto them when they were alive, when they were human, can see overcraft, can torture them. There's no point of being tortured if you can't. There's no point. So that's how it happens. That's one part of it. There's loads of parts. Is that right, family? And like I said, the most famous people. Oh God, I've lost it. The most famous people and the most richest people on earth that have died, that have created pain and suffering on earth, are being tortured for the pain that they've created on earth. Their job title, their birthright, apparently haven't stopped them being tortured when they're deaf. And they'll be tortured. The fucking ironic thing about it is by the entities that they've prayed for. It's the entities that they've let control their bodies, that they've let take over their bodies while they're in human form. It's the entities that they've entertained and given time to and let destroy Earth. And their beastmasters, the very people that are controlling Earth now, are trying to change that because they know they've been lied to. So they're trying to change their energy, and it's just their energy. So their suffering when they die will be lessened. And they are literally throwing, and when I say throwing, literally throwing, you don't understand these beings. Some of these beings are fucking, anyway, literally throwing humans at beings, and these beings, humans now are being eaten. And they're doing it as a temper tantrum. Not doing it and they're just doing it because they're having a temper tantrum about what's been happening and how they've been lied to. Okay, so they're not doing it, literally as a sacrifice. Another thing, what's happening now, they are scared. They are sacrificing the people that have worked for them, rather than humans, because they don't know who the humans they previously would have picked on, they've raped, they would have killed. They don't know who they're attached to, if they're attached to higher beings. So what they are doing now, and what they have done for the last few weeks, for the last month or so, is sacrifice their very own. So they're underlings. They've sacrificed their own, and even if they served them for 40, 50 years, 60 years, they're sacrificing them now. are either having a tantrum or they're just sacrificing so they can be eaten. Because there are aliens, literally aliens that do eat humans that are in control of Earth now. So those involved in the targeting program. Also, the targeting program has been stopped, has decreased over the years because of the entities that have been attached to these demons, these fucking creature beasts. The UK seems to be one of the countries that's leading the way because it was corrupt. The UK is a corrupt country, just is. It's been built on corruption. Okay. But even the UK, the people involved in the targeting program have stopped because of the entity attachments to them. That's why you've got the dregs. That's why you've got the fucking pissheads. That's why you've got the sex offenders, because they've been told, yeah, you could carry on offending. Do you know when I was in line and I kept naming and kept showing the pictures of the people that were fucking raping children? I kept saying the child molesters, the sex offenders, the blah blah blah. Please, Family Weekers, confirm this, because they are, and because Simon Foster and fucking Patrick Harley was letting them do this, letting them continue to offend, letting them continue to rape children. Okay, this is why I kept pointing to names. Like, this is why I kept saying this person, blah blah blah, who I saw today, and I gave a description. That's a sex offender and is offended today. When you get other things, humans amongst you, I keep saying that. So yeah, they know. As I'm speaking, they know that a child is being raped, and it's being raped by somebody part of this targeting program. When I name the doctors, that's why I want to name the doctors. That's why I want to name fucking the supermarkets involved. That's why I want to name any actors or fucking comedians. That's why I want to name them, because they know that they're part of this is sexual deviance, and they know that 75% of the people involved are sex offenders in one way or the other. They know this. Especially if they're targeting me, they know that this fucking beast is still out there. They know that the beast surrounding them, that will let them continue, is still out there. Maybe mad as fuck now, but there you go. They are as bad as fuck because they've got entity attachments. But they know anybody that sort of wants to join in. Like anybody in Derby Homes, they know this. Okay. Another thing I want to say as well, the reason why they want to stop people evolving, before I go, because you're going to see, like I saw, like I know, you're going to see who is a sex offender and who is not a sex offender. You're going to see who people really are. You're going to see the entities on people. This is why all this shit's happening on Earth. This is why the target is in place. And this is why they've got the fucking dregs involved. Because they're running out of people and entities, the people in inverted commas, to do their dirty work for them. I was never psychic. I don't call myself psychic until this started happening. When you start feeling the energies coming into you, and you will be tested, and you will test them. I'll keep saying to you, ask questions. Keep on asking questions. Don't just accept one encounter or two encounters or three encounters as they. Keep on asking questions. If they're part of the clan, if they're part of your family, they don't mind you asking questions. They want you to ask questions. They want you to keep on asking questions and not accept what you see, and go into your heart and what you feel is real. Remember, these people will try to attack your heart. These people, entities, will try to attack your heart like they're doing, try to make you depressed, try to make you like somebody or like something. Or fear is their ultimate thing. Fear is their thing. It's the ultimate emotion. Okay, if they can't get you to fear something, they'll try to put people into your life, so you fancy them, but or try to make you have relationships with people. That's another thing for another time. I'll tell you about that. I'll keep telling you people. I'm going to link the post where they say Yeah, going to try to make it, the subliminally try to keep saying to me, you're lonely, you're lonely, you're lonely. Once you connect with your clan, once you connect with your creator, you won't be lonely. If you are lonely, if you are alone, you won't be lonely. Because you'll know you're part of something greater. They're always with you. But these creatures, because they're such, and the beast as well. Yeah, literally, I told you before, Anta, the beast they tried to fucking set me up with, and they know that I can see that they've got NC attachments. It blows their illogical fuckery blows my mind. Literally blows my mind. Anyway, so I'm going now. I don't know what, but why did something? Let's go back. So yeah, trumpet number 2, the piss out with the dog. Next post, I'm going to try to, I keep saying next post because I've not gone on about the Pleiadians, haven't I? Yeah, and how all that's a con, all the Pleiadians and the Arcturians and the names that they give. I think I've briefly touched on it, that all that's a con. Our creators would never ever say their names because they know that the negative entities will say, yes, I am one of those too. Yes. They go on YouTube, have the YouTube channels coming on, ask for subscriptions. Yes, I'm one of them too. Yes, I'm connected to X, Y, and Z. Anyway, so I'm going now because I think I'm going on. I think the point I wanted to make is in there somewhere, folks. Thank you, family. Thank you, folks, listening for this long. Thank you. Bye, family. It's still there. Let me just back to normal. There you go. See it? Yeah, and in my other post, folks, I put as well that, you know, that thing, that UFO, the lights over a stadium in the USA, they were real UFOs. And I've also put in the post, real UFO, it was a real UFO, that in their comments people will dismiss it for what it is. Okay. There's a lot going to happen, and it's not just this year, it's not just last year, this has been happening. You can see this happening for years. You can see another craft, another light. And do you know the post I did? I did a post anyway. See another craft flying. It was, I call that a mothership, and we're trying to break it up so it's just that part, because I do go on in that post as well, so you can see the oblong cigar shape with notches on it. That is a mother craft, and that's two sort of like smaller crafts, way smaller crafts on either side of it, or either end of it. Either end of it, if that makes sense. That was really a craft, a mother craft, and these crafts are around Earth now. Are always around Earth. Woo-hoo. And I said this last year, previous or whatever. As soon as that, they were made visible to myself, they made it clear that the crafts are around Earth. And it's one of the reasons is to stop the negative influences, the negative, because there are negative aliens on Earth, there are negative humans on Earth, there are negative, and it's through different dimensions from leaving Earth and infecting other planets. So this is as shit as it's going to get, folks. This is literally as shit as it's going to get. They've done what they can, they've done as much as they can, and they continue to do what they can, to de-evolve Earth and to de-evolve human, to make us live in fear and anxiety, and they've got their dregs involved. And this is why I want to name them as well, because they're fucking disgusting. Once you realise, I think it's happening now, I was told, my family have told me, that people are ordinary picking up, just an ordinary people who they just don't like, the heart, the soul just takes them. My family have told me that people are ordinary picking up on this, on people. And these people will have entity attachments. When I told you about the racist Patrick number, whatever number, I realised when I started to see the entities on people that you always had entity attachments. These people that you've never sort of clicked with, or these people that are just dodgy bastards or called psychopaths or whatever, have always had entity attachments. Chanel Campbell has always had an entity attachment. Always. Not always, I think about 8-9 years old. Okay. People who you think now you just don't click with. Will have an entity attachments, and people that you didn't think that you would click with, or you didn't think you would have a connection with, or feel a connection with, you will feel that connection with. And this is what I mean. And it's nothing to do with race, it's nothing to do with sexuality, it's nothing to do with gender. If you want to put these barriers in place, if you think you're superior to somebody because of these things, because of the class they're in, if you think you're superior, fill your fucking boots. You're just cutting yourself off from somebody that you could be linked with soul-wise. I mean, and I do mean soul-wise. Okay, if you think that because you're a member of the aristocracy or member of elites, or you're a famous person, or whatever, if you think they are the it, they're not. Don't follow them. Like I say, 97% of us are humans on Earth, and this is what these crafts are for. This is what we are connected to, the creators, more so than the aristocracy, the elites, somebody who's sold their soul to be famous, somebody who sold their soul for likes or clicks. They have to pretend to be humans. I'll go into that in another post because I'm going on now. They have to pretend to be humans. So not only do they mock us in a piss-taking kind of way, they mock us and they hate us, but they have to pretend to be us. If you know how much they despised humanity, and when I say they, I do mean the aristocracy, I do mean your MPs, I do mean the famous people that have sold their souls, I do mean the media types, the comedians, whoever. Okay, and there's a comedian that made a fucking quit about what are these people doing out shopping, why are these people working, blah blah blah. It was the day before Christmas, where I don't think it's heard of shift work, but he sold his soul, and because he's sort of like, it's all ego, he's all ego now. He's trying to sort of like drip drip drip, hate humanity, hate humans, hate your fellow humans. Don't do that. You don't know who you're cutting yourself off from doing that. Okay, I've always, and it's going to be like I keep saying, it's going to be 97% of us on Earth, humans on Earth are working class, have to work, have been bride ribbon, can't even say the word. But we still rise up, we still celebrate, our heart is still open. And there's a reason for that, and they hate us for that. Even though they can instill every fucking day, you turn on the news, instill fear, instill anxiety, our heart is still open. We are still connected to our creators. I'm going now because that can turn into a little sermon. We might be having that. Okay, folks. Thank you, family. Thank you. Bye.